Princess Beatrice opens up on feeling incredibly lonely after baby daughter's premature birth. Welcome back to Crown Chronicles, your home for the deepest royal insights, emotional revelations, and the stories behind palace walls that you won't hear anywhere else. If you love staying updated on the British royal family, the triumphs, the tensions, the glamour, and the heartbreak, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our ever-growing royal community. Trust me. Today's story is one you'll want to hear right till the very end, because in this episode, we're diving into one of the most vulnerable and emotional revelations to come out of the royal family in recent years. Princess Beatrice, usually so private, polished, and poised, has opened up about an experience that shook her to her core. One that left her feeling incredibly lonely, frightened, and battling emotions no mother expects to face. This is the story of the premature birth of her daughter, Sienna, and the hidden pain that Beatrice has carried behind the scenes. Most royal followers know Princess Beatrice as the warm, intellectual, family-oriented daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. But very few know the difficult journey she went through shortly after welcoming her daughter into the world. The public saw the beautiful photos, the touching birth announcements, the proud father Edoardo Mapelli Mazzi beaming with joy. But behind closed doors, Beatrice was wrestling with fear, isolation, and a sense of helplessness that no parent, royal or not, is ever prepared for. According to the princess herself, Sienna's birth came earlier than expected. The pregnancy, though joyful, quickly turned into an emotional roller coaster when doctors informed Beatrice that her child would be arriving prematurely. And this is where the story takes a heartbreaking turn. Because what most people don't realize is that premature births are not only medically complex, they are emotionally devastating. One moment you're planning baby names, nursery colors, and quiet early morning strolls. And the next, you're praying that your tiny child has the strength to keep breathing. Beatrice admitted that during those early days, fear was her constant companion. Hospitals, even the best ones, can feel cold and overwhelming. And despite being a member of the royal family, surrounded by privilege, resources, and support, she found herself feeling something she never expected: deep, overwhelming loneliness. Imagine the sterile rooms, the beeping machines, the silent nights where nothing feels certain, and every minute feels like an eternity. That was her reality. Alone with her thoughts. Alone with the fear of what happens next. Alone with the weight of being not just a mother, but a mother of a premature newborn who needed round-the-clock care. But what truly makes this story powerful, and why it matters, is the strength she found in vulnerability. Instead of hiding, instead of putting on a perfect princess facade, Beatrice has chosen to speak up. She wants other mothers, other families, and anyone who has faced similar trauma to know that they are not alone. And for a royal to admit loneliness, that is rare, honest, and incredibly brave. There are whispers inside the palace that this experience changed her deeply, that it softened her in some ways, strengthened her in others, and bonded her even more closely to her husband Edoardo. Sources say he was at her side through every second, the tears, the uncertainty, the quiet moments when all they could do was hold each other and hope. For a couple often portrayed as private and reserved, this was a test that revealed the true depth of their partnership. But even more touching is what this ordeal has done for Beatrice's connection with her sister, Princess Eugenie. The two have always shared a famously close bond, but this experience brought them even closer. Eugenie, who has 2 children of her own, reportedly provided emotional support, reassurance, and the kind of sisterly comfort that no nurse or doctor could ever replace. Some insiders say Eugenie was the one who encouraged Beatrice to speak publicly, to share her truth so other mothers would feel seen, heard, and supported. And then, of course, there's Sienna herself. Despite coming into the world earlier than planned, she has grown into a strong, healthy little girl, a playful, spirited child who has become the light of Beatrice's life. Behind the palace gates, she is known to be curious, energetic, and adored by her big brother Wolfie. Beatrice often refers to her daughter as her miracle, and now that we know the emotional battle behind that word, it carries even more weight. What makes this story even more compelling is the broader question it raises: how many struggles do members of the royal family face without the world ever knowing? We often see the gowns, the tiaras, the smiles, the garden parties, the polished appearances. But beneath all the glamour, they are human. They bleed, they break. They hurt. And sometimes, they feel lonely too. This revelation from Princess Beatrice gives us a rare glimpse into a side of royal life that is almost never discussed, a side filled with fear, vulnerability, and deep emotional truth. And because she has chosen to speak out, countless other parents may finally feel less alone in their own journeys. But here's the question everyone is now asking: will this mark a turning point for Princess Beatrice? Will we see her take on a new public role, perhaps advocating for neonatal care, mental health, or support for families of premature babies? Many believe this could become her defining cause. And considering her own experience, she would be a powerful voice. What is certain is that this moment, this confession of incredible loneliness, has humanized her in a way few royal stories do. It is raw. It is real. And it reminds us that behind the palace walls are mothers, fathers, sisters, daughters. People trying their best in moments of heartbreak and uncertainty. If you've made it this far, thank you for joining Crown Chronicles on this emotional journey through one of Princess Beatrice's most personal revelations. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss our in-depth royal stories, emotional exclusives, and behind-the-scenes insights. And if today's story touched you, leave a comment below. Your voice helps our growing royal community thrive. Because here on Crown Chronicles, we don't just share news, we share the heart behind the crown.